Welcome to a Bible text today that will keep the enemy away. And our Bible text today is found in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verses 6. And the Bible declares, "And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because everyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him." You believe when you work each and every week that you will be paid every 2 weeks. You believe when you get in your car that you'll make it to work. You'll believe when you cook your food that you won't get sick. All of these things are self-pleasing. But at the end of the day, the Bible is basically telling us, if you have an earnest desire in your heart to please God, it begins with your faith. And as you begin with your faith, you enter into the door of belief. And your belief gives you access to God, because as you earnestly seek him, he shows up in a way that you never knew that he can show up. I don't know about you, but God, if we have faith and if we have belief, God will meet each and every one of our needs. Now, I think the beautiful thing about this verse is because in the book of Romans, it tells us that God gives each and every person a measure of faith. And see, your faith is proportionate to your life's need. And not only does God give you faith, but in Mark 9:23, as a father was pleading for his demon-possessed son, he cried out to God, "Help thou my unbelief." My brother and sister, if you have an honest desire to please God, number one, recognize that God has given you a measure of faith. And as God has given you a measure of faith, if you struggle with belief, just cry out and say, "God, help thou my unbelief." And not only will God show up, but God will take your life to a whole nother level. He will begin with your faith. And as you exercise your belief, that real belief will lead to the conviction to take the necessary action. I don't know what you're going through today, but begin today believing, having faith that God will show up in your life, and your life will never be the same. Let's go.